guys, welcome to another episode of
Soul Filling,
where you get your soul fed. Today we are talking about 7 ways to build your faith. So let's get started. Jasmine, I don't know if you still have this, but do you have a definition of faith? I just wrote that on
I
here.
call it that God confidence.
God confidence.
God confidence. Yes.
So let's break down what is faith, and leave it in the comments below. What do you think faith is, and we'll talk about it. So what you got?
So Napoleon Hill said, let me get my leg in here correctly. Faith is a state of mind that has been the cause of the mainstream of the soul to which one's aims, purpose, desires are translated into their physical or financial equivalent. So in other words, whatever you have on your heart, whatever the thing that you've been praying for, the thing that, whatever you desire, faith is pretty much the knowing that is going to materialize into the physical manifestation or either the financial manifestation.
So
I like
that's
that.
good. Yeah. Even though you can't see it, you have to believe it. You have to see it in your mind's eye.
Exactly. That's why the quote says, if I believe it, then I can achieve it.
Yes.
Right.
If I believe
You have to believe first.
then I can achieve it. I don't know why that song came into
That came to my mind too, but you just sung it.
Hey.
That's so true.
I believe I can fly.
Yes. Yes.
And flying, man. Hey, that's real though. That is so real. Y'all saw the movie Space Jam. His arms
I
stretched.
get it. He was talking about faith. Yeah.
Yes.
That was about.
Well, it usually starts with, I know,
Got it.
this book just fell, but it says faith makes all things possible, and it usually with whatever you do, whether you're applying for a job, whether you are going on an entrepreneur journey, whether you're falling in love, you step out on faith to accomplish these great things. So everything starts with faith essentially, but there's a lot of things that are easily more believable than other things. So when your dreams are big, your faith also has to be big.
Exactly.
So the bigger your dreams, sometimes the harder it is to have faith.
It is.
That's so true.
So we're gonna work on how to build up that faith, because you're gonna need that to accomplish your dreams, your goals in life, and you just need that to keep you going and keep you, in the right mindset. So
Absolutely.
let's talk about it. We got 7 P's that we are going to explain to you guys on how to build your faith, or things that help us essentially build our faith.
And it's coming from, some of this came from this book that I found in my house. I don't know. I was just spreading it around. And it's called The 7 P's to Positively Enhance Performance. And it is written by a coach, athlete, and motivational speaker, Rich Ruffalo. Yes, him. Yes.
Hey, sister. Wait, did I say that right? Bougie Black Walker. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Anyways, I was just excited to see you. Anyways.
Okay, well, hey.
Hey, beautiful people.
Yes.
And I love the first P.
Yes. Ooh.
The first girl.
Y'all. I know everyone can relate to this one.
Yes.
Everyone can relate to this one.
And it is plummeted. Am I saying that right?
Plummet.
Plummet.
Oh, it's just not the id?
It's plummet.
Oh. Man, why did I write that? Plummets.
Yes. Rock bottom.
Right. When
Yes.
you just get your
lowest of the lows.
right. How many of you all out there just been in a predicament where you just was on your face, down and out, on your last? You just thought this was the end of the road, or it was like you couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I know many of you can relate, maybe not often, and maybe it hasn't even been that bad for you, but it was just like bad thing after bad thing just kept happening. And I mean, granted, you still have food to eat and a roof to stay on, but you was just like, dang, why do I keep
like
this?
everything's going downhill?
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
And it's in that space where you're on your lowest of lows, where you feel like you don't have any options, where you need that faith most. And that's exactly sometimes what we need to get out of it. So it's like sometimes we need to hit rock bottom in order to learn lessons, to evolve, and to pick back up our faith to keep going after our dreams. Does that make sense?
That
It
makes.
does.
I feel like I wasn't explaining that right though.
Let's just go.
No.
Go deeper because that makes so much sense.
But can y'all help me?
Sure. So what you said is when you're down at rock bottom, pretty much you need that time, that test, that trial, that tribulation to build you up. It's going to strengthen you physically, mentally, emotionally, whether it's just gaining that knowledge, that wisdom so you can, you know how they say, experience is life's greatest teacher. You can see someone make that same mistake. You can hear someone tell you not to make that mistake, but until you make that very mistake, then you're like, okay, I know that hurts. I know that's probably not the route to go in. I'm not going to do that no more because that doesn't work. And I know a lot of children, college kids, when we graduate, or just children in general, when we're just going through life, our parents, they've made these same mistakes, and for some reason we can't see our parents making these mistakes.
Right.
So we be like, you don't know what you're talking about, or
You kind of have to make them on your own.
Exactly.
And another thing is like when you hit rock bottom, it's almost a wake up call because when stuff stops going right and it's comfortable, when it gets uncomfortable, you realize that you have taken for granted all the things that you had previously.
Right.
So it's like once these things are starting to get taken away from you, you realize, wow, while you were stressed about this thing, you should have been stressed about, you should have been thankful you had a place to live,
grateful,
you know, you're in school or
Show
whatever the
gratitude.
situation is. You realize from those things being taken away from you that, you know, that wasn't so bad. So it builds a lesson of being thankful, and it reminds you not to be stressed over the little things because things could always be worse.
Right.
So it's like when you're at your lowest point, it's like you realize you have to do what you got to do to get out of it. And with that, you have to build your faith. You have to know that everything's going to be all right.
Right.
And I think sometimes, you know, we are put into certain situations, like you said, to build that faith or to gain faith, like, or for God to make us know that we can't do it by ourselves. Like we need Him.
Yes,
He
yes,
wants
yes.
us to know that we are not, you know, invincible. Like we
You're
need
right.
Him.
You
Right.
think, yeah.
There's an
I
invisible.
love that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree. And then I think going along with what you just said, and that kind of brings us to our next topic. It's like once you discover the infinite power, that the divine power of God, and once it reveals itself to you that, hey, you're not in this alone. You don't need to just lean upon yourself to achieve or to just get out of this rut and get on the right path again. That's when you know that positivity, that light of positivity, that seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, although it's very dark right now, although you think that the debt can never be paid, it just looks like it's so far away, or whatever situation that you're going through. That's when you have to stop thinking about all the things you don't want to happen in your life and start focusing on switching your mindset from negativity to positivity, to only focusing on, okay, if I say I want to be financially free, I can see then you can't look at the debt you're in right now, the college loans, Lord knows we have them, the student, the credit card bills, if you've had those in the past, car loans for those of you that have car notes. So you can't look at like, I still have $49,000, $79,000 left to pay in debt. You got to think of already imagining yourself like I'm financially free, or whatever it is that you want to be. It can be a completely different situation.
That's true. So basically what she was saying is our next P is positivity. So when you are you're like, oh, did I not say that?
No, I'm saying I didn't know we were doing positivity.
Oh, I
That's
didn't.
a P.
That's another P.
Is it?
Yes, our next.
We added one.
We added one. I mean, that's 7. Anyways, our next P is positivity. You have to have that positive mindset when you're in that dark space. Jasmine just sent me a video yesterday of this guy who he was on his last leg. He was living in his grandpa's room, and he had both of his cars repossessed. He had only like $100 coming in for him a week, and he was giving 80 of it to his his wife, so he only had $20. So he was on his lowest of low, but he knew in his mind what he wanted to be and who he was.
Right.
And though he cried and cried night after night, he also prayed, but he spoke affirmations into his life, not negative ones, never a negative one, positive ones. And people don't understand the power that we have in our tongue. Speaking life into existence is a real thing. So you really want to be, that's why we say affirmations at the end of every podcast. It's so important to really think about what are you putting into the atmosphere, because those things, we have the power to manifest those things. So what are you calling into your life? When you're down to your lowest low, you don't want to call more negativity into your life. You want to call positivity into your life. So even though you may be broke, you have to say, I am rich. Or maybe if you feel unsuccessful, you have to say, I am successful. I am happy. I am great. You have to keep that positivity flowing. And it's not just an affirmation thing. It's not only saying it. It's also training your mind to think
that
it.
Attitude.
Yeah.
Right, and with the affirmations, just like you were saying, and it kind of goes along with faith. So if you have faith that these affirmations, and that's really what we're doing with the affirmations. The affirmations are tools so that you can build faith. Over the period of time in your life, you've probably been telling yourself so many negative affirmations, so you have faith in those negative affirmations. You actually, faith is like a synonym for believe, so you can interchange the words. So during the previous times in your life, you probably believed that you were broke, or you probably believed that you were overweight, or so you had faith that you were overweight. So now we're switching and using affirmations as a tool to like program the subconscious mind so that you can have faith in something that you actually do want in your life, instead of negative things that you have been telling yourself or seeing somebody else tell themselves. Because I know y'all not telling yourselves these negative things. So, but yeah.
Right. And sometimes, I hear it all the time. I see it all the time, and I try to catch it within my family members and my friends. It's so easy to say, like, I'm stupid, or I'm an idiot, I'm tired. Like, I just said that I'm tired today, and Jasmine was like, you're not tired. Like, what are you talking about? And it's just, you have to catch those things, because you don't want those to come into, what's that word, fruition? Fruition. You want positive things. So if you're down and you're out, you have to say the opposite and call those things into your life. Because people don't understand how much power they have within themselves. They don't understand that God made us in His image. So when you're looking in the mirror, you're looking at a God, and you have the power to create your life. So yeah.
No, like, and sound vibration is one of the tools that we've talked about in our previous podcast, for all the different powers that God has given to you to use. And so one of them was our voice. You ever heard the thing, you speak it into existence, or there is life and death in the power of the tongue? So use your tongue wisely, because your mind is constantly picking up everything you say, all the music that you're listening to, and you're just spitting it back out, and it's telling you like niggas ain't, like, and be degrading women, calling them the lowest of the low, and then you wonder why you're facing these situations and experiencing them in your day-to-day life. Like, all guys ain't faithful, I got me a side B, got me a side piece, and it's just like, why are you putting these things, and then you're spitting them out? You just unsubconsciously jamming the words to the song while you singing, you going out, while you driving. It's
That's
like
true.
And you're not even, and your brain is picking up every single thing. Your mind is picking up your brain and your mind are two different things. So sorry about that, I had to correct myself. But so your mind is literally just subconsciously programming itself to pick up all these things, and your mind doesn't know truth from reality. Truth from a lie. It doesn't know when you're joking, or when you're telling if you're playing a joke, or if you're telling the truth. So we constantly joking with our friends, like, girl, you ugly. Well, we don't tell each other that, but I've heard friends like tell one another that, like, just joking, right? Just jokingly, like, even in that song, your daddy song, you ugly. I'm just like, dang, why would you tell somebody that? And so, but we don't even think about that. And some people are more sensitive to word vibrations than others. So you could tell somebody they stupid, and they could be pondering on that all day.
Yeah,
like,
you have to be careful about your words. Yeah,
exactly. Like, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may never hurt me. And that's a myth. That is a myth. That is definitely false, because words are just as powerful as a physical. You know how they say women can really cut a man's pride with their words, and like, women know how to cut deep, and like, how do you think women can provoke these men to just snap if it wasn't for their words? So
Right.
just be mindful, men and women,
Parents.
what
What are you pouring
into?
into your friends, and what are you pouring into your family? Are you speaking negatively over their lives, or are you speaking positivity? Positively.
Positively. Yeah, positively.
Positivity?
No.
Are you speaking goodness over their life, or are you speaking bad stuff over their life? You really got, because some parents don't know, and they're constantly pouring into them negativity, like, oh, you ain't ever gonna be this, or you ain't ever gonna, oh, how you gonna do this? No, it's like, no, my mom told me you will be great in the land. So that's what I believe. So it starts at the home, but if you don't have someone pouring into you, if you don't have friends pouring into you yet, you have to pour into yourself.
Exactly.
Yes. And you can start by saying, I got this from Joel Osteen.
Love him.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to do something. So when you wake up in the morning, instead of, man, I don't want to go to work and I'm tired of this job and I just wish I could win the lottery. I don't know.
Why I played the lottery though? Like last week, I was like, I'm down on my luck. Let me just get this lotto.
I want y'all to start y'all's day with, I am going to do something great. I am going to excel. I am going to enthusiastically serve other people. I'm going to break out of this mode and rise to new heights. So whatever it is, just wake up and speak positivity, like these ladies have been saying, into your life.
Yes. So remember to say positive things, think positively. We have those negative thoughts, so you can combat them with positive ones. Sometimes when you have a negative thought, you need to combat them with like 1,000 or like 5 positive ones. So when I'm thinking, if I'm doubting myself or anything, I have to say, not to be tripping. You can do this. Who are you? You are a child of God. Like, you aren't put on this earth for no reason. You got this. So you have to keep speaking life into you, because those negative thoughts, they may come. They'll definitely come in. You just need to know how to punch them in the face. So
right, and thoughts are almost, well, actually, in a sense, more powerful than your words, because if you think positive thoughts in your head, what's going on in the inside is going to come out through the outside. So if you're thinking positive thoughts most of the time, chances are that you're going to speak positive things into the atmosphere. So control your thoughts, and it will help the words that comes out of your mouth to be positive as well.
Yeah. So if you're plummeting, if you're in that plummeted state, you're at your lowest of low, or if you just feel like you're at your lowest of low, you learn your lesson. What are you learning from that? Build that faith up and start speaking positivity into your life, thinking positivity, surrounding yourself with positivity, listening to positive things, watching positive things. You'll have a positive life. You keep consuming positivity, that's going to spew back into your life. It's the law of attraction. Whatever you have coming in, coming out, it's the law of attraction. So make sure you're doing that. Be mindful.
Right. Stop hanging around with those that just want to gossip, because that's another form of negativity, because you're just sitting around spewing negative talks. So definitely.
Hey, Ashley.
Hey,
she played on basketball team with us.
Tierney did too.
Hey, Tierney here.
Yeah, hey,
Tierney.
Okay.
I'm ready to win. Yes, me too.
Yes.
Brandon. Who else? We have some questions and some comments, guys.
Yes, from Johnny Nelson.
That's my classmate. Hey.
Okay, I don't know. Should I read it? You want me to read it?
Sure.
Okay. This places me in the mind of Paul in the Bible. When he had a thorn in his flesh, he pleaded with the Lord to remove it. And as he realized in weakness, God gets the most.
Yes.
You're right. You are so right. I'm so glad you brought that up, because at our lowest lows, it's like, we be praying like, thank you, Lord, for waking me up this morning, and then that's it. I'll talk to you later. Let me go do my grind. But when you're at your lowest and low, you like, God, please help me.
No, that is true.
Right? That's so true. But we have to have that. Even if you're not at your lowest of lows, you need to start praying like that now, or calling and be thankful for what you have now. You have to keep that conversation going with God.
Exactly.
But yeah,
that is good, because He will give you joy. He will give you strength that you need to get through your day, to get through whatever it is that you are going through. So yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I love that. That was a great comment.
Awesome.
Okay, our third P is pressure.
Pressure, y'all. Have y'all felt the pressure in this lifetime yet?
Yes.
Sure. I like the thing that you were saying about the diamond earlier.
Oh yeah, so everyone likes to avoid pressure. We all want to walk. We have this idea of life that it's just gonna be peaches and cream, and we're just gonna go through dandy, happy-go-lucky. But that's not the case, because we want pressure. Because some of the most beautiful jewels, aka the diamond, it has to go through a lot of pressure in order to be this beautiful jewel that everybody wants in the world. Well, not everybody, but most of our population want in the world today. So it has to go through a process, and the process isn't a pretty one. You have to grind it and put it through a lot of pressure, these pressurizing tools, so that it can sculpt it and laser cut it into the proper form, so it can be sold at Jared's or the K. Every kiss begins with K jewels and whatever. But I'm just saying, so in order for us to be this masterpiece, we're gonna have to go through the life's pressures, the pressures that life has to give us. And sometimes it's gonna be stepping outside of your comfort zone. You're just gonna feel pressure, like, oh my gosh, I've never been in this environment, I never worked here, I've never had to step outside of my shell and speak up and do public speaking. Whatever it may be for you, just go through these put that pressure on yourself so that you can build wisdom, build confidence, so that you can achieve whatever you want to achieve.
Right, and I just think of pressure as, it's like when you're going through it, you don't realize you need it to after you're through it. So it's just like this.
That was good. Okay.
So it's like you may be going through some things. Things might not be going right. You might get fired from a job. You might have a horrible relationship. Someone left you. Bad things are happening, but it's like until you're finally out of it, God pulled you out of it, you realize you needed that to move on to the next level. You needed that lesson learned. You needed to be pressured. You needed to be pressurized like the diamond to become that diamond, to become your greatest self. So like the cool thing about life is you are constantly learning. So these pressures and these different obstacles in life, that's the beauty of it. You get to learn from it, and it's just really your perception. That's why we always say it's always a lesson learned. It's not mistakes, it's a lesson learned.
Yes.
So when you are going through these things, you need to think, okay, what's the lesson? I know this hurts, but I have the faith that I can get through it. So what's the lesson learned? We need those pressures. Like, we need that pressure. Like,
We need our parents.
Exactly.
On our backs. Like, hey, okay.
Right.
Exactly.
You need that coach
Did you
pushing you.
You know, did you fill out that application that I sent you? Or whatever
it may be. And
Right. Even it's kind of like weight room. I don't lift weights, but you lift weights. But you have you need that pressure to get stronger, to get get that
sculpt your body that you desire. No, seriously, that is a great point.
That is a good analogy. It is.
So guys, don't run from pressure. Run to pressure. Overcome it, conquer it, and then watch it just build you into the beautiful human being that you need to move to the next level.
Right. Keep pumping to get stronger. But there is another aspect of pressures. There's pressures of society. So when it comes to your dreams and it comes to what you think that you aspire to be, whether that is a great husband, whether that's working in corporate America, whether that's being a full-time entrepreneur, whether that's losing weight, people around you are going to say, oh, you can't do this, or this isn't normal, or how are you going to do this? Or this is a constant pressure of other people's voices, other people's approval. So that's the pressure you should ignore and put the pressure on yourself to keep moving forward, and keep building up your skills and keep going. So you want to you want to kind of ignore the pressures of society, the outside.
Right. I think that's when you have to go into yourself and you have to gain that thick skin. You want to turn that pressure, transmute it into some positive, uplifting energy. Like, let it fuel your fire instead of like pour out your flame and dim your light. Like, okay, you don't believe in me, instead of crying and boo-hooing, going in the corner like nobody believes in me, they both love me. Like, oh, okay, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna just have to make a believer out of a non-believer. Like, you don't think I can lose weight? You don't think I can lose 20 pounds by my birthday? Watch me slay on my bikini on, my two-piece that you thought you'd never see me in. But like seriously, you can. There's nothing. We put limits on ourselves, and it's so easy to get caught up, especially those closest people in your circle when they put the pressure on you, and you like, dang, you supposed to be my girl, you supposed to be my guy or my man, my mom, my whoever, my dad, my grandpa, and it's like, how you not gonna believe in me? Like I'm over here going after something. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not shaming the family, and what's even worse, sometimes you will step outside your house and everybody will believe in you, and the people that's inside your own house, they'll be looking at you like, you ain't gonna get a real job, or
but we always talk about this. The thing
Right.
about it is because it's not because they don't. It's like it's the only reason they don't believe in you. Oh, this is kind of from the other podcast.
Yeah.
The only reason
In case
they
y'all
don't
didn't tune in
right,
last
y'all didn't tune in. Y'all
We'll
didn't go back
update
to the
this
other one.
again.
we updating y'all.
Basically, they don't believe in you because they haven't seen it done, and they don't believe that they could do it.
Exactly.
So don't let their limitations be put upon yourself. I think I said this in the last podcast or something. Your vision is your vision. He didn't give it to your mom. He didn't give it to the Jasmines. He didn't give my vision to the Jasmines. Well, kind of inspired by her. Kind of share that vision.
But y'all get the gist.
But you know, I mean, he didn't give that vision to everyone else.
He didn't give that to your cousin. He didn't give that vision to the cat down the road. He didn't give that.
You don't start saying cat.
He didn't give that vision
Don't
to
give
your
that.
classmate. He
Right,
gave
give that vision to you.
It's like if nobody can do you like you. Like whatever your dream is, whether if it sounds as crazy, like just out the world, there's somebody making thousands upon thousands of dollars doing that very same thing. Look it up right now. The only difference is they kept the faith. They didn't let the outside pressures or the inside pressures tear them apart. They persevered and was like, okay, now we're not saying the road to having strong faith gonna be easy. We're not saying you're not gonna get knocked off a couple 100,000, 11 times. But we saying that you are gonna persevere, and is the stronger you build your faith, the easier the road will become. So
Yeah.
Don't give up. Don't give up.
Don't give up. Because it is. I was saying that to say it's so easy when you think about things to get sucked into like a hole of negativity. Like how I'm gonna do this, how I'm gonna do that, and that's when faith comes in, knowing that I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I know that God got me. I know that the universe got me. I know that He's on my side, and you have to have that faith. Your faith game has to be so strong. Like you have to keep that faith up, or else you're gonna fall into a spiraling world of darkness. So you have to. It's like imperative to keep that faith.
It truly is. Like, and once you lock in and hone in to the infinite source, to the divine creator, like God, once you partner up and y'all create this tag team duo, it's gonna be like you just running and trampling over these little milestones that you thought was these huge mountains at once upon a time in your life. It's gonna be like, dang, God, do it again. Oh, do it again, God, do it again, God. Like seriously, it gets that easy, but that doesn't come from overnight. I mean, just praying one time, be like, thanks God, it comes from like day in and day out saying positive affirmations, knowing that God got you. Like, hey God, show me guidance, discern through this. Do I need to go here? It's like building that relationship with God on a daily, hourly, secondly, millisecondly basis. It don't come from just like, I talk to God on Easter, Christmas, and New Year's. Like, I mean, that's good. You got to start somewhere. I don't doubt none of you all that do that, but I'm just saying, just build that faith and slowly, gradually build a unwavering relationship with the divine source that it's unbreakable, and then you'll know and you'll be able to see, or you will pray for that discernment, and your eyes will be open to things that's been right in front of you all along, and you never even took heed to it because it was just like, I wasn't on that level yet. I wasn't seeing with these eyes of my spiritual glasses weren't on yet, but I had to put them on so I can see the light, which is faith.
Yes, and what I was telling ladies earlier, and what we said in the last podcast was,
y'all really need to tune into our last podcast. Movies can really change your life.
Right. That faith is what moves God. It's not fear. You can't do things in fear. You have to do things in faith. Faith moves mountains. So when your faith game is strong, you're just what's that? untouchable.
Yeah.
Like, you got this. And that's gonna relieve those pressures. Like, I know my mom cares about me. I know she loves me. But what she says is not for me. I know what God has in store for me. I know it might sound like I'm crazy. I might sound crazy, but I know my God is greater. So it's like, he made me. I'm ready. Let's get it. Boom, pow, pow.
Right, exactly.
You have to, though.
Right, and that's the only way you're gonna know if what's for you is truly for you, because sometimes we'll get consumed with the ego and we be like, yeah, this is me against the world. But like, if you get so consumed over only just what I want to do, you won't have that backbone of the divine intelligence there to help you along the way, because that might not even really truly be for you. So sometimes you have to like strip off all the labels, strip off all pressures of society, strip off all the inside pressures of yourself and be like, God, is this dream really for me to be pursuing? Like, I know I say I want to do this, but is this truly for me? And if it is, I take it away and let me be wholeheartedly in acceptance to that decision, whatever you have for me. And I prayed that prayer, and I was a little scared at first, but I had
I'm scared. Like, I'm scared. Like, please take anybody out of my life.
Right.
Oh, God.
That
You
don't
gotta
need
say
to
with
be
confidence.
there.
right. Not saying that it's not gonna be a little. I mean, we just said no fear exists, but it's gonna be an uncomfortable prayer.
Yes.
It's not something that's not gonna be doable, but it's gonna be uncomfortable at first, because it's something you've never done, to be like, hey, take the man that I've been dating for 8 years out of my life, even though I love him, and even though he keeps cheating on me. I'm not saying this ever happened to you. I'm just saying, if this is a situation that you are in, or say, even if you want to eat healthy, like, take all this soda out my refrigerator, take all these fast food and fast food and these hydrogenated oils and this refined sugar and these GMOs out my refrigerator.
Yes, and if you don't know what all that's about, go to our podcast about how to jumpstart your healthy life. It's on
We
our
break
YouTube.
down all of that. But like, seriously though, whatever it is that you say, if you say you want to be a successful singer and you have all these distractions where you turning up and you drinking a lot, and you know that's messing up the vocal cords, and so like strip away all this alcohol poison out of my life so that I can be the best singer. I'm trying to follow la 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 up here. So
No, I love that, and that's something that people should really think about, because we do have these concepts in our mind. Like, I like how you said that being at plummeting. Having those pressure makes you yearn for God and call him back into your life, and that's what he wants. And I forgot where I was going with this. But what were you saying? Oh, I loved how you were saying, basically you have to ask God, is this what you really want for me? Because you want his guidance more than anything. You want his will to be done in your life. And I know we were saying earlier, like, God doesn't put ideas into your mind for no reason. So you want to follow those things, but you also want to keep going back. Like, are you sure this is what you want? Okay, I'm following your lead. I'm following you wherever you go. I'm following you wherever you go. That's where intuition comes into play. You know what's right for you. You know what it is. So you want to ask that. Like, you want to ask that. My mom, I'll be feeling her business all up out here. But my mom, when she was dating, Mom, I hope you're not watching this. My mom, when she was married to my dad, asked for discernment and to reveal things to her. And like the next day, she was revealed that he was cheating. Oh my God, why am I saying this?
I mean, no, that's real.
This is
I
real,
prayed that
yeah.
prayer before though.
Yeah.
And I'll be authentic. In one of my past relationships, I was just like, you know, God, I know I love you, and like, emotions can have you doing some crazy stuff. Like, that's why you gotta separate logics and emotions. Like, yeah, you love this person, but maybe he might be beating you. Like, you might need to cancel that relationship. Domestic violence, we don't support that. But I never went through that again. But I'm just saying, it was the same situation.
Right.
Where, like, I prayed, I was like, you know what? If this person is for me, then give me a sign, show something in my life, like, let me see that this person is not truly meant for me, and let me, like, just make it be a unbearable sign that I can't deny. Don't slip me a little hint, like, God, just see a text message. No, I need a blatant sign so I can just be like, you know what, I'm wiping my hands with this situation. And I got what I was asking for. It was a terrible taste in my mouth. I found out that they were cheating on me, and I was just like, okay, now I have to have self-respect. But yeah, but seriously, and it will hurt the results that you may find. But that's why we gotta like strip ourselves, because we want to be happy. And if you truly want to be happy,
Yes.
you want to have enough self-love, enough self-respect to not allow certain situations and circumstances to go on in your life, and you just sit there and just allow that, because it's like we have control over everything. And we have the choice to let this person stay in our lives or kick them out.
Right.
So we have to pray that prayer like, okay, God, show me what's meant for me, and then God gonna show you whether you like it or dislike. And it's
Right.
not to say that all the times the situation can end up bad. That person might bring you a bed of roses, rub your feet, make you breakfast in bed the next day.
If they're not for you, or if this job's not for you, it's always going to be better if you're following the will of God. The thing is, God gives us free will, so we have the decisions to keep doing what we're doing, or to keep moving on. So I feel like God gives us lessons after lessons after lessons, like the same lesson until we learn our lesson.
Right.
So are you going to keep staying in that one grade, or are you going to fail and stay in the 7th grade for the rest of your life? No, I need you to graduate with your master's degree in the
Right.
lesson that you have for you. So it's just like, that's why people get stuck. It seems like they keep going in a cycle. It's because they haven't learned their lesson.
Right.
And so when you ask for that discernment, you have to take it and move on. And I think we already know, though, most of the time. That's where intuition comes from. So
Exactly.
But we need that clarity. We need that, like you said, that, okay, give me a huge sign.
It's right. And then you got to strip off like, okay, but I really, really want that person, so don't let that sign be that bad because I still want them. No, just give me the huge sign. But earlier, I like what Tiffany was just saying. When you was like, God don't put these ideas in our heads for a reason, for no reason. And that's true, guys. Some of the things that you desire to do, or some of the things you see yourself being in life or having in life, those things just didn't come out of nowhere. I really believe that the ideas and messages that we miraculously get are messages from God. It's a direct extension of God, of wanting to give you something. And the only way that it can come to pass is if you actually put action toward that idea that God has sent to you. Or if you don't, it's just gonna pass by, and then it'll just be a memory, and somebody else will be doing it and blowing up, and you'll be watching a TV commercial of somebody living your dream.
Right, no, it's true. That's why, I know we're going off topic now, but that's why when an idea comes into my mind, and you kind of feel like, oh, this is good. I immediately write it down, and I have like 1,000 pieces of paper just laying around the house with random notes of, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that, and I like scuffle them up and like, okay, how can we make this work, and bring them back to my girls. Yeah. If it has something to do with Inspire a Fire. So it's just like, write those ideas down, because like she says, not there for any reason. And that brings us to our 4th point, and that is purpose.
Yes.
Purpose is, you're gonna need faith. You're gonna need purpose to build your faith, and you're gonna need faith to get your purpose, essentially. So
yes, that was a sign that you have to have faith. It's just jumping out at us. Like,
I know, right?
so we just gonna sit that right there. But I definitely think your purpose is Napoleon. Oh no, go for it.
I was gonna say, for me, it definitely helped me get out of that plummet phase. Like positivity and purpose helped me get out to that next level. Because once you have that reason of why you're doing what you're doing, why you're waking up in the morning, why you go to work, or whatever it is that you're doing, like once you know, then you feel better. You're like, okay, you're living for something. Your life is meaningful. Then you know, okay, this is why I'm here. I was put on this earth to do this.
Exactly.
So it definitely, purpose is vital in getting out and having faith and reaching your goals and doing whatever it is that you want to do in life.
Right. I love that you said that, and that goes exactly in hand with what the book I've been reading from Napoleon Hill. I know a lot of you all heard of the book Think and Grow Rich. That's the art of Think and Grow Rich. And one thing that he stresses like 11 million zillion trillion times throughout almost all of his books that I read of his. I'm like on my 8th book from him right now, and one book he stressed was like having definiteness of purpose. If you don't have definiteness of purpose in your life, then you will be strayed into anything. Like, you will go down a tunnel of darkness, and that's how most people end up in darkness, is because they don't know where they want to be in life. And it's like, it's just like, I don't know, guys. It's how can you fight for something or grind for something if you don't have something that you're going for? It's
Right.
like Tiffany, Kobe was just
We're the
saying.
same person now.
Yeah, y'all the same thing. Like both of them were just saying, no. But like Kobe was just saying, it gives your life meaning. So if your definiteness of purpose is to be a great wife, to be a great mother, you're gonna go to all your children's soccer games or basketball games, be a PCO mom, or just whatever it is to be involved in that child's life as much as possible, and then your husband and support him. Or if it's to be a provider for your family, you're gonna go through all the means necessary so that you can bring the revenue into your house and that your family can be good. And so whatever your definition of purpose, if you want to be a talk show host, then you gotta lock in, and that gives. Because if you don't know what to ask for from God, then how can God give it to you? So when you're praying for things, if you don't know in specifics, in details, in definite what to pray for, then your prayers are just all over the place, and it's giving you like little chips and bits of the prayer. But if you know exactly what you're praying for, God knows exactly what to manifest into your material life. Your physical life.
I like that. Purpose. You have to know why you're waking up in the morning. And I feel like it could be selfish. For me, when I'm waking up and I'm working on the computer, doing my thing, it's because I want to be free. I'm a person who doesn't like the 9-to-5 life. So I'm waking up like, okay, I need to get my freedom. How can I do this? And like my other purpose, it's a selfish person, and it's a community purpose. I want to help others live their best life,
Right,
more
same.
abundantly. So it's just like, I believe that we can have multiple purposes, but why are you waking up in the morning? What is your why? Is it to help your family out? Is it to be healthier? Because you want to be here for your kids?
Yeah.
What's waking you up in the morning? What's keeping you on your goals list? Like, what is it? You need to figure that out, write that down, and make sure you know it. You gotta know it.
You gotta know it. And like you said, it can be multiple purposes. It just need to be specific. So like, if you want to be a great mom or a great whatever, you might need to be healthy so you could be there for your child. You can't be smoking 1,000 packs of cigarettes, or you can't be eating 500 hamburgers, or you can't be just living reckless in the club every single night, just putting yourself in harm's way, because you're shortening your lifespan, and then you won't be able to be there for those that you say you love. Or if you are, I don't know, people say they want to be say for me, for instance, if I say that I want to be a health coach, and I'm doing everything opposite.
You're over here eating Cheetos.
Right. If I'm over here eating Cheetos
Talking
every day,
negatively.
Speaking negativity in my life, I'm just sick and tired. I'm poor. I'm broke. I'm just speaking all these negative things. I'm doing the exact opposite of what I say I want to do, and it's just like
Right. I get what you're saying.
Exactly.
So yeah.
So
You have to live out.
Right.
you have to live out your purpose,
So,
guys.
right. Are you just talking about what you want to be or do or become? Are you doing the things to get you there, or are you just talking?
Exactly.
But another thing, how it works into faith is you need purpose. You need purpose to have faith, and you need faith to have purpose. So it's just like, you wake up in the morning because you have purpose and you have faith. Like, God put me on this earth for some reason, something that's bigger than me. So I want to live that out. So you have to have faith that He's going to put that into your life, but you have to take action. You have to have faith and just go for it.
Right.
You have to have faith, because I feel like everybody's purpose is bigger than what they believe. And I don't believe that everyone reaches their purpose because of their lack of faith, because they don't believe they do it. That's why people settle. And sometimes I think like, dang, why people die? I be thinking crazy, I'm sorry. But I be thinking like, why people die and their life isn't extraordinary. Or, when they're interviewing like older people and then they ask if they have any regrets, they always regret doing something that they love, or regret going with that girl, or regret. And you don't want to be that person who's left with regret, because they never learned their lesson. So you have to have faith that you have a purpose, and you to live out that purpose. purpose. I think that's the meaning of life.
Absolutely.
God gives all these divine purposes, and a lot of people don't take the risk or have the faith enough to live it out. It's gonna be uncomfortable. Nothing that's worth it is gonna be comfortable.
Right.
It's just gonna be uncomfortable. So you have to go for it. Step out on faith. Your faith game have to be strong in order to live this extraordinary life, that divine purpose that God has put into your life. So start working on that, so you don't be in your 90s talking about, man, I regret I never went to Barcelona, Spain. I regret I never asked that girl for her number. And, you know, I regret not going and helping the community or traveling or starting a business. Don't be that person. Get your faith up and walk in your purpose.
Absolutely. So purpose, guys.
Purpose. And purpose usually comes with passion. That is the 5th P. So you need passion to be, you need passion. Yeah, you need faith to live out your passions. It's almost like the same thing.
Yeah, it's going hand in hand. And to actually, for your purpose, you need passion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
So that you can actually have that motivation to get you going, so that you can reach that purpose in life that you desire.
Right, because you can't go. Okay, so Inspire Fire, we're Inspire Fire. We go out and we teach people how to live a healthy lifestyle. We have healthy living workshops. We have confidence boosting workshops, and we feel that's our purpose, to go out and teach others how to live a healthy lifestyle, nutritionally, physically, and most importantly, mentally. But if we go out there and we're just acting like that guy off of the eye commercial, like dry eyes, and we're over there teaching them like
monotone,
like the way you live a healthy life is blah 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 blah, and put the kids
like,
to sleep.
Can somebody just scratch a chalkboard?
Right.
Yes.
You have to have some passion behind it. You have to be like into it when you're fulfilling your purpose. You can't just be boring.
Yeah.
And that's how you know if that's
your
purpose.
passion. Yeah, you're right. Your purpose.
Right.
Yes, because you're gonna be passionate about it. It's gonna come natural.
Yeah, it is.
Exactly.
Yes.
You want
Yeah. You're right about that. And I want to say this quote. It's not even a quote, it's a scripture, so that's horrible. But the scripture, I can't see because I'm recording. It basically says something like, in everything you do, doing it as if you're working for God. So that is like the screensaver on my phone. And so anytime I'm trying to half-ass something, and I look at my phone, I'm like, okay, I need to make sure I'm doing everything I'm doing as if I'm working for God. So even though YouTube is one of my passions and one of my purposes, I feel like sometimes it's hard to just keep editing and keep doing videos. Like sometimes you just don't feel like doing it.
Right.
But then you have to realize you have to keep that passion and do it as if you're working for God. So it's like no way I cannot, add that extra effect, because I'm like, okay, well, if I'm working for God, I have to put all of my ass into it.
Right.
So yeah, so that's when passion comes.
You're right.
And I have a quote for purpose, and I missed it. The human potential is like buried treasure. It may rise to the surface with courage and may be salvaged by faith. That is so true.
Can you say that one more time?
The human potential is like buried treasure. It may rise for the surface with courage and may be salvaged by faith.
I love
so your
that.
human potential may be salvaged by faith. Like if you have faith, you will reach your potential, basically.
I love that.
Right.
I love that. You're right.
That's so true. It's gonna like amplify it. It's like that second wind. When you're working out, you may have all the potential, you may have your purpose in mind, but once you have the faith, it's gonna be like that little extra boost that's gonna get you over the hump, get you over the bridge.
Yeah, and I like how you said faith to you is confidence. God confidence. And that's essentially what faith is. It's having confidence in God that He's not going to leave you behind, that He's got something greater in store for you. So it's almost like faith in anything. You need confidence. And that faith gives you the confidence to go after your dreams, to say, all right, I got it. Things might not be looking up now, but I know it's on the way. I am great. I am successful. It's coming. Like we are totally always saying, it's coming. I feel it. It's coming. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I love that.
Right, and an example that we like to use is, faith is a synonym to knowing. So just like you walk outside, the grass is green, the sky is blue. You don't walk outside expecting to see purple grass. You don't walk outside expecting to see a yellow, well, maybe if the sun is shining, but you don't expect to see a green sky. You just don't, because it's like, you automatically know. It's just, so why don't you transfer that same knowing to your purpose in life? Like, you don't have to second guess that I'm gonna succeed and what I'm gonna do. You automatically know. You have the faith that this has to come true. It has no choice. There's no ifs, ands, or but about it. I'm going to be healthy. It's like, I don't even have to second guess it. It just is. I even granted, like, now people think just because you have some cheat days, that means you're not healthy. I mean, balance, guys. Don't be so hard on yourself and be like, just because I messed up one day, I may as well just, forget it. I don't even need it no more. Like, no, get back on the train and that's how it is going to be with days, like with faith. Like, every day you're not going to wake up and you're not going to feel like doing it. Some days you're not going to feel as good as you were the other day, or some days you're going to have lack of motivation, or you're just going to have an off day, or everything is just crashing down on your day. But that day is just one day. You got to put that day behind you, or even by 12 o'clock noon that day, the day is going to be all turned around from the moment when you woke up that morning. So literally, don't think that everything is always going to be peaches and cream, and you're going to be on this great road and it's just positivity all day. No, it's not like that. It's going to be some ups, downs, some tears gonna shed. Mm-hmm. You're going to be feeling down and out. You may feel clueless sometimes. But just keep that in the back of your mind. Actually, move it to the front of your mind. Like, move it to the front of your mind that I am going to prosper. I am going to live a life of abundance. I'm going to achieve my goal. You know what your goal is, so actually say your goal. I'm going to achieve being a successful blank blank. I hope you inserted that at home. And then, like, literally get in the habit of telling yourself that, and so that you can believe that, so that you can have faith in it. And then what are you gonna know? What are you gonna know next is gonna be a physical reality.
Exactly. We all know faith without works is dead. So set up that plan and get to work. Let's get to work.
Get to work.
The next P, I love this one because I'm around these people. It is people.
People.
Who are you surrounding yourself with? I mean, I don't want to brag, but my friends are lit and they keep pouring positivity into my life. Like I said earlier, I couldn't even say I'm tired. I can't even speak negatively about myself around my friends because they quickly correct me with the quickness. I can't even doubt myself.
Like, you're not allowed to think, well, you can, if you thinking something, don't let it come out your mouth, because if it's negative around me, like on that one movie, Clink Clink, that's how you gotta do with these negative thoughts. You just gotta clink them down. Like, don't let them come out your mouth. Don't want to speak negativity around, and you want to surround yourself with people that don't allow negativity to just pour into your life. Like, if I'm having a bad day, I don't even like saying that. Like, that just feel wrong saying I'm having a bad day. If I'm having a not so good day for a couple of seconds, my friends not gonna let that. It's just like, when I get around y'all energy just be so high. I be like, dang,
I can't even be mad no more.
Exactly.
Right. So think about, who are you surrounding yourself with? And this goes into basically like, what do you want to be? So, okay, if you are a blogger, you need to be around bloggers. If you're trying to get your faith game strong, or you're trying to get connected to God, you need to join a church or go to Bible study. Put yourself into the places you need to be so you can get to that next level. If you are an entrepreneur, you might need to go to a business class. So, like, what are you surrounding yourself with to make yourself more susceptible to what you want to be? So, I mean, and that's a positive thing you could do, but you also want to, like, with your friends, and even your family, you want to make sure that you are keeping positivity around you as much as possible. So if you do have friends that are doubting you or talking down, you need to, you don't necessarily have to let them go, but you keep your distance because you don't want that rubbing on you. You are, what's the quote? You are who you surround the top 5 people you surround yourself
with.
Right.
Exactly.
You start to act like the people that you are around. That's why you start realize that you start saying the same things. You might start doing the same moves. You start dressing the same. Like you just start to, take on different characteristics of your friends and your family, whoever you're the most around. So you need to be making sure that you're having positive people around you.
Yeah,
it's just
exactly.
it's so important.
And not just positive people, but faithful people too. Because when you see other people who have so much faith, and it's just spilling over, you're like, well, okay,
Right, they're inspiration.
Yes, it is an inspiration. So it gives you hope, and you want to keep going.
Right, that is so.
You hear their stories, and you're like, man, okay, if that happened to her, that can happen to me too.
Right.
Exactly. It gives you that faith.
Yes,
It's inspiring.
it does.
That's
Right.
so true.
Yes.
And
No, that's exactly what I like to do. I like to surround myself with those that gives me hope, that shows you the light through them. It's just like, I see your light shining, so since you have the same 24 hours in a day that I have in a day, there is no way I don't have any disadvantages. You don't have any physical disadvantages. So it's like, why am I not capitalizing on all the time that I have been given so that I can do and be the thing that I say I want.
right.
So I love that you brought that up.
I like that you saw that too, like it gives you faith. And it's not just the people around you. You want to think about, we're on our phones so much. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Snapchat. On your timeline, who is on your page? Is it
so
people
real.
who are eating healthy, working out, having positivity in their life, or is it just a whole bunch of, I'm not doubting the memes, but like, is it just memes or people disrespecting other people, fighting? Is there people always putting on a status, I hate my life, or man, just something If you ever, like, sometimes I have to block people or just hide their posts because I don't want to see their negativity, because when people start people start talking now like, oh, this is kind of bad, our country is kind of falling apart.
Right.
but when you have people like putting out encouraging things, putting out encouraging quotes, putting life into you, doing motivational speeches, it's just like
time to think about
Right.
what could go wrong,
Right.
Yes.
issues or whatever.
you're
That's so
surrounded.
true. And imagine, guys, energy is real. So every interaction that you have with someone, whether it's virtual, whether it's physical, is like that energy, that essence, it comes into your aura. So you got to protect your aura, protect who you exposing yourself to. So the people that you're exposing yourself to, the things that you're watching, the people on social media, like Tiffany was just saying, that you're exposing yourself to, you don't want to pick up that and fill yourself up with that energy inside of your own aura, because it will spew out of you. And if you constantly filtering yourself with negativity, it has no choice but to your thoughts. It translates into your thoughts, and then you start thinking like, well, what if I don't become successful?
Right.
Well, what if I'm not gonna make it? What if I'm still stuck in the same situation? All these doubts will just start pouring upon your mind. And that's what we mean when we say negativity. It's just these forms of doubt, these forms of not believing in yourself. Because think about it this way: the only reason why when you put that little doubt, like, what if I don't lose weight? It's because you said, what if I don't lose weight? And so therefore it has to manifest. It says your thoughts are going to manifest whether they're positive or whether they're negative. So Earl Nightingale says, whatever you do want or whatever you don't want, you're going to get.
Right. Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
So all the things you talk about, well, I don't want to be unhealthy. I don't want to have diabetes.
I don't want to be lonely.
Broke. Yeah, I don't want to be lonely. All those things that you're saying you don't. So that's why they say when you pray, don't pray about the things you're saying, God, don't bless me with this. I don't want that. Just only think and lock onto the things that you do want in your life, because the universe can't decipher from the things you don't and do want. It just knows the want, the thing you put after the want, and that's what it just knows to work in overdrive to manifest into your life.
Right.
So be careful when you're calling things into your life or saying the things you don't want, or the doubts that you spew into your mind, because they will manifest just as easily. So Okay, going back to people that speaking these things and saying that they don't want all the time. You don't want to surround yourself around them either.
You don't.
Because their doubts will fester into your own existence, and then you'll start thinking about the things you don't want, and then it's just a whole repetitive cycle.
Right.
But
so, yeah, you have to keep that positivity flowing. And it starts with you. You could start filtering out people in your life, and it's not like, sorry, Justin, I can't be your friend anymore. You're just too negative.
No, you don't tell. Don't
You don't
say
do
that to
that.
somebody.
You just let them
busy
go.
all the time.
Hide their posts on Facebook. Like, you could do that. You don't have to unfollow them. You could just hide their posts. So it's like, because you don't want that to consume your life. But yeah, the people you're around are so important. You don't have billionaires over here hanging around with broke people. You don't. I don't know who Beyonce hanging out with, but I know it's not nobody who over here is talking about Beyonce. You cannot do a like a little. Like, no one's talking down to me,
Right.
So make sure you keep those people into your life.
Right. Definitely.
Positive
It's so
people.
important.
People that you look up to.
Yes.
Shout out to my brother because.
Shout out J.O.
Yeah, J.O. because just seeing him go after his dreams and accomplishing the unaccomplishable is something I see, and I'm just like, he can do it, I can do. It doesn't matter if no one else believes in you or not, you got it. It's like, and when you see people do what's not the normal, you have faith, so you have to.
And it's like a chain reaction. Once you see that person, then you could inspire the next person.
Exactly.
You want to
So
give them
true.
the faith to keep going.
Right.
So,
Right.
Really.
And another thing about good friends is like they tell you the truth and you get to learn lessons from them. So you don't want a yes man all the time either. You want someone who's gonna compliment you. And they definitely pick up the slack for me when I'm down or if I'm not thinking right. You need friends that's gonna help you grow.
Right. And criticize you out of love.
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
that's what it's about. Okay.
Oh, that's
Just criticize people. Yeah, you don't want people to just tell you that you can't do that. Okay, yeah, you tell me I can't do it, but then tell me why you think I can't do it. And then after that, go a step further and say, okay, you can't do it right now, but here's a solution so that you can do it.
Or maybe this is a better way to go.
Right, don't necessarily say you can't. Just like,
Right.
maybe that might not be the best decision for right now, but
Yeah.
here's how you can do it.
Yeah. And the last P is prayer. Oh, so y'all were just doing this?
I mean, prayer hands, you know.
Okay, I didn't know what this was.
Prayer. She gonna twerk for prayer.
Twerk for Jesus. Okay.
yes, the power of that prayer.
No, seriously.
Prayer is everything. I just want to tell you, okay, it's my mom's birthday. Happy birthday, Mama.
Happy birthday, Miss Malone.
Yes. So me and my brother went on. It sounds so weird. Okay, look, I like Malone Eaton is her name, okay?
All right.
Connie Malone Eaton.
Happy birthday, Miss Connie.
Is that what I said? I'm sorry. Wait, okay, anyway, me and my brother went to her job today. That took a turn. Took her job today, and then we were meeting all her coworkers. She's all proud. Like, this is my daughter. This is my son. And then one of those guys, he just had a son or something, a kid, and he's like, I always ask your mom, how do I raise kids? Like, what do she do? It's like, what has your mom done for you guys that have kept y'all in line? Like, be such good kids, not bragging on ourselves, but we're pretty good children for our mom. But I basically told the guy, like, it didn't really matter what my mom did. She poured into us. She loved us unconditionally. But what she's done and what's keeping us safe and mine is something that you have to do. She prayed for us. My mom is a praying mother. She prays over our lives every single day. She prayed for us before we were even born. So it's just like, regardless, because parents, they could be great parents, but sometimes their kids still go astray. But you have to leave your kids in the hands of God, really, and pray over their lives and protect them. And I mean, I told y'all guys, I've done stupid things in the
We
past.
all have.
Right.
We all
Right.
went to places we shouldn't have.
Exactly.
And it's like, how did I get out
How?
of that?
Because you
And
got
this-
that.
You knew you had people back home praying for you.
Right,
for you.
exactly.
Shout out.
Yeah.
So that's how powerful prayer is, and some people don't understand the power of prayer, and that's something, a powerful tool that you could use to get out from the first P, from the plummeted. I want to say plummeted. I feel like that's a word. The plummet stage. So your
That's
prayer life
so
has to be
true.
strong.
Your prayer life has to be strong. And then I also want to address a lot of times parents, they worry. And I always like to address the fact that worrying is a form of prayer. So when you're constantly worried about your child, like, oh, I hope this don't go wrong, I hope that don't go wrong, and not rebuttaling that with a prayer, that will like dispute that negative thing that you just put out there, that thought vibration, because that's all prayer is. You're sending these thoughts into the atmosphere and asking God to manifest them into this person's life or into your own life. So when you're worrying, you want to make sure you don't worry too hard, because that's a form of like calling that very thing that you're worrying about into your life. So when you're worrying, like, what if I don't, or what if this goes wrong? What if this doesn't happen for me? Or what if I don't get that job? Or what if? Those are also a form of prayer. So make sure when you're praying positive things, like we said like 5 seconds ago, things you do want, things, and speaking life over to the people that you're praying for. You don't want to pray negative things into their life. You want to be careful, like you only speak in positivity when you're praying for them. So just be mindful when you are praying, pray for the good and not for the things that you don't want to happen to them.
Right.
Like I pray that my son don't get killed. Like,
Oh, God.
No, don't want to pray that. I pray that I have a healthy, safe son. Like that, because sometimes people just don't know.
You're right.
They'll go into prayer like, I hope I don't get into a car accident today, and it's like, whoa, like I pray
For your
for safe
safety,
travels.
yes.
Yes, I pray for a good trip. I
Right.
pray for a great trip. Just pray just for greatness and positivity and prosperity.
Yes. Just like you said earlier too, make sure you're praying those bold prayers. And my pastors always say, not the now I lay me down to sleep. Not those little bitty baby prayers. You need big, bold prayers.
I like that.
You do. I love that. And it's like, there's so many ways to use prayers. And a pastor I was listening to from Hope City Church, Jeremy, was saying the same thing. Sometimes we just be praying those nice little prayers like, okay, thank you, Lord, for waking me up. Da, 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 da. That's all good and stuff. But like when you're going through stuff, or if your dreams are big, you have to pray those huge prayers.
You have to be
bold
honest.
prayers. Yeah, you have to be honest.
Lord, forgive me for whatever it is that you did. You just have to be honest. You do.
You do. And you have to, you can ask for things that are big. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be the normal. There's no limitations for God, which means there's no limitations for ourselves. So pray those big prayers. Don't be timid with it. Like, Lord,
I want to walk away sweating and just
exactly. You want to when it comes to health, if you're praying, maybe someone has cancer in your family, you need to pray like, by His stripes you are healed. Like pray like strong, like he's got your back.
Right.
Just pray so strongly, like that's where that faith comes into play.
That's exactly what it is.
Exactly.
You need to pray like they're already healed, like you already hanging out with them on the beach somewhere because they are cancer free now.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
That's how strong your prayers need to be.
That faith, that prayer is backed by faith, is like unstoppable. So that's why
Exactly.
people, when they're at their lowest and lows, you have to pray. And it's not just at night. It's not just when you wake up in the morning. It's throughout the day. I'm in constant prayer and dialogue basically with God. So if I'm making a decision, if I'm about to go into an interview, Lord, please just speak through me. Or if it's waking up in the morning, Lord, please guide me throughout the day, bring positivity into my life. Little things, praying over your food, just praying every step of the
Let
way.
this food be serve nutrients to all my internal organs and that they function properly. Like, speak life into everything that you do.
Exactly.
Every situation, every experience.
And you'll realize that it's easier to go through life. You realize, once you pray that prayer of, Lord, guide me through the day. Everything just seems to be going smoothly.
That's true. That is so true.
So pray hard, pray boldly, and just keep a constant dialogue with God. It's not a one-time thing. It's not certain times. It's not just eating. It's not just at night. It's not just in the morning. It's just all the time.
Get in the habit of it.
So
awesome. So we hope I have faith that your faith has become 1,000 times more stronger after this podcast, and listen to it a couple of times just to go back on some of those gems, because I know it was probably a lot to process and digest if this is your first time listening to a episode of Soul Filling from the Ladies of Inspire.
A lot more on our SoundCloud. Just type in soundcloud.com/soulfilling.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could go into YouTube and just put in Inspire Fire without the space, and we're there too.
Or you can go to our website, inspirefiredaily.com, and
just look at podcast.
The tab podcast. Click that button. But y'all know what time it is. Don't y'all know what time it is?
I know what time it is.
What time it is? It's
affirmation time.
It's affirmation time.
Hey.
It's affirmation time.
Yes. So guys, in case you all don't know, we was talking about it all through the podcast, what affirmations are. An affirmation is a positive statement that you tell yourself so that you can change your mindset from negativity to positivity. And most affirmations are used with the word I am. And so whatever you put after the word I am, you become. And a lot of times I've known in life, you probably hear people say, I'm tired, I'm broke, I'm sick. But those are all negative affirmations, and we do not want to speak those types of affirmations into our lives. If you are feeling tired, then you want to say, I'm feeling energetic, I'm feeling strong, I'm feeling ready to conquer the world. If you are feeling broke, then you want to tell yourself that I'm getting wealthier and wealthier every single day. I am rich. I am living in prosperity. Money comes to me easily, frequently, abundantly, and in all kinds of ways. Yes. And so, guys, it is truly life and death in the power of the tongue. So, are you speaking life into your life? Or are you speaking death into your life? Like, think about it, guys. And so even in the Bible, it says, let the weak say I am strong. So even if you're feeling weak, guys, I know some days just might not be your day, but still affirm, I'm feeling strong, I'm feeling awesome, I'm feeling amazing, I'm feeling like I'm ready to go. But just kick this day's booty. So guys, it's 3 of us, and it's thousands of you out there. So go ahead and say your affirmation, and we are going to start with giving our affirmations to you. Who wants to go first?
I will. I am a believer. I have faith that I will have a financial increase and I will live an abundant life.
Yes. Yeah, you kind of stole my
Okay, I'll go.
Oh, so you just gonna go. Okay.
No. I am reaching all of my goals and desires.
Love it. I am filled with abundance.
Yes. So what's your affirmation? What's your affirmation?
Put it in the comments below.
Put it in the comments below. DM us. Send it to us. Email us. Just get in the habit of saying your affirmations 24/7, all throughout the day.
Yes, and if you have enjoyed our consistency challenge, go to our website right now, inspirefiredaily.com, and just scroll down, and the consistency challenge is there. All through May, we are focused on reaching our goals through consistency and faith. So go ahead on over there. But hope y'all enjoyed this. Please share this so everybody else can get these gems and get their faith strong.
Yes. Thank you all so much for tuning in, beautiful people. Until next week on Tuesday.